All right, let's talk to Kevin.
Hey,
Kevin,
hey man, how's it going?
you know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I do, but
Lay it on me.
right off the bat, I love this stream. I love it so much. Something that the internet's really been lacking in the last 3 to 4 years
Yeah,
is like a sense of community. Ever since forums started dying out,
sure.
the old Mega 60 forums, I met some people off the forums. They're really good friends
Did
now.
you? Really? Are they good people?
Some of them, yeah, for the
Yeah.
most part. And since everything started moving to Reddit, which I love Reddit, that's awesome. It's just kind
Yeah.
of hard to foster any sense of community on there. I don't really know any of these people. Like I look at their usernames, but I'm never gonna remember someone's username on Reddit.
Sure.
But through something like the MLK stream, I've met people at game days,
That's awesome. Oh, that's great.
talking to people in the chat. It's been awesome. Especially, I've been working crunch time on some animation this week, and I'm working like 12, 14-hour days. So it's just awesome to have the chat there.
Yeah. Um, well, hey, I appreciate the kind words. I'm glad that we have helped you in a time of need. What the fuck? No, stop. Sorry, the app started making noises.
So I did the same thing at the
I
beginning
was
of
trying
my
to load up the Twitch app and see if I had some element of control for things, but I don't. So there's no point. Anyway, yeah. So thank you very much. I appreciate that. Did you have a question or a comment or a statement that you wanted to add?
Yeah, I want to know what your opinion is on comedians, people that do podcasts, or people that are generally in the public eye apologizing for jokes that they've made. Often, I mean, I know Dane Cook he got caught doing stand up, I think it was the week after like a Sandy Hook shooting or one of the big
Yeah.
shootings, and he made like a joke about it.
Yeah.
And he had to go out and make like a formal apology. I'm sorry that I said that. I didn't mean it. And my
Yeah.
opinion on the matter is that the stuff that comedians joke about, like for instance, on your podcast, you make fun of dead celebrities.
Yeah.
You guys say some ludicrous shit, but if somebody will find that funny, but once it comes to something that they hold dear, then all of
Yeah.
a sudden you meant it, and that you need to apologize now.
Yeah.
And I think that's usually the bad move is to apologize. I mean, I
Mm.
think even Jerry Seinfeld recently apologized for something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. What's your opinion on it? I mean, do you think that people should apologize if somebody's hurt by something they said, even though they weren't trying to necessarily hurt that person?
Yeah, I think it all comes down to I agree with what Killer DLS is saying in the chat. Be more funny than you are offensive. That's a good way to think about it because I always feel like you can make a joke about anything as long as it's funny as hell. If I could say the most offensive thing ever as long as you know what I mean. Like there's some people who I remember seeing a Carlos Mencia stand-up act where he was just saying a racial slurs and there wasn't a joke. He was just
Well, that's like
like,
every Carlos Mencia
yeah,
stand-up.
and it was just like, there's no joke to this. That's offensive to me. He's not even talking to me or about me, but it was just like, this is just hateful and not. There's no joke. If there was, I'm Italian. If somebody had a hilarious joke about how much Italians suck, so what? It's funny if there's a good joke to it. But if someone just said, you're a fat wop. Well, I'll probably still laugh, but it's not really that funny. You know what I mean? And so, okay, whatever. But that's kind of besides the point. That's not really what you're talking about. In terms of apologizing, I think if it's something that's clearly that's so ludicrously clearly a joke, you know, sometimes it's like, yeah, don't even just move on. Don't even apologize. Just move on. Sometimes you say something that you don't intend or like to have the effect that it has and you either get things that are like a million hearts breaking or straight up you get threats and maybe you're thinking about your family, maybe you're thinking about your friends and you have that realization. It's, you know what, fuck it, it's worth just apologizing. And I'm not even saying that's good, but I guarantee that's the thought process behind some of these people. Is sometimes you get into such a threatening situation that it's just worth it for your family or others to be healthy and not hurt, that you just say you're fucking sorry and move the hell on. You know what I mean? So I understand being in that situation. I understand. But, if it's, I don't know. I don't really get that bent out of shape about jokes. And I don't think other people should too if it's a joke. If you're making just a statement, there was like, I remember someone that got cast on SNL like tweeted out like, why do we need black people? Come on. That's not even a joke. That's
What the
like
hell?
that's just like you know what I mean? There's no that's not even funny. Like that's just so like that. I don't think necessarily I don't know what that person meant when they wrote that, but just like there's not even a joke there. Like why'd you write that? I'm sure she's not even a racist person, but she thought that was funny, and it fucking tanked. There's no point in writing that, I don't mean for the sake of mean is not really that funny to me. I like there to be an extra level of irony to it, but again, some people what they were going for does not come across clear, and they find themselves in a situation, and like I said, I don't think 9 times out of 10 it's really worth apologizing over a dumb joke. But sometimes they just see the threatening situation that people they love are in, and they go, I'm just going to say I'm sorry and move on.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
hard to
I live
say
off of.
until you're in the situation. So who knows? Who knows? But yeah, that's I don't know. It's a complicated situation. What do you think? Am
I
I
mean,
am
it's
I a
like
wuss for feeling? Am I like well? I don't know. I don't have a solid answer on it. I guess that's what I'm saying. Um,
I think if you're doing something in the moment and you don't have like tweeting out, I don't like black people or something like that. That's something you thought
it's like
about,
what's the joke there?
and it's not a joke. But if you say something during like stand-up comedy specifically, sometimes you're just trying out new material. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. You just move on.
Hmm.
But for instance, if you light off a firework and some guy that's standing like 10 feet away from you is like a war vet and he like crumples to the ground because of
Yeah,
PTSD, then yeah, you go apologize and you didn't mean for that to happen.
yeah. Unintended effect.
You're not going to go up to that guy and be like, I'm not apologizing. F you. Deal with it.
Yeah. If I make a joke about Bernie Mac, he's so dead they call him Bernie Corpse. If someone emails me that like that, oh my God, apologize. Why am I apologizing to you? You're not Bernie Mac. Why does it have? But then if like Bernie Mac's family was watching that night and the kids all cried, it's like I didn't fucking intend that. Like, all right, you might just break down. You might just apologize. It's never as simple as no apology. It's nothing's black and white in that, necessarily. But are people oversensitive? There's extremism. The way I always say it, I always talk about extremism, and there's extremism in everything, good and bad. Are there people that are oversensitive? Yes, but don't let that demonize sensitivity. Sensitivity is a good thing. We should be sensitive. We should feel things, embrace things, feel things, cry about things. I think that's great. But can you go too far? Yes, just like anything, you can. And you can get upset over every single thing you see. And when you get upset, you threaten them. Well, that's extremism, and I don't think that's right. I think everyone could use a little sensitivity on both sides of anything. But extremism in any capacity, I think, is wrong. And if you're someone, if you feel the need to rage about every single joke you hear, maybe analyze that. Maybe are you oversensitive or not? Likewise, if you are someone who every single joke is just
Carl's
mocking a
next to you.
certain person over and over and over because you're breaking them, then you're a fucking loser. So, that's how I feel. Extremism can exist in all directions. It's all about every single thing in life. Every single thing in life on the planet Earth is about balance. Whether it's humor, whether it's sensitivity, whether it's your diet. Don't eat too much meat. Don't drink too much soda. Don't have too much sugar. But don't get rid of them outright. Balance. Don't get rid of protein in your, find a balance. Don't not exercise. But exercise too much, well, actually, it's probably no downside to exercising too much. But you can't enjoy your life. Balance. Have a dessert now and then, but don't have too much. You can love someone, but you can love too much. You can, you know what I mean? You get the idea. Whatever. Everything in life is about balance. Find your balance. That's what it's all about. I went off on a real tangent on that. So I apologize that I bored you. But see, I should find balance. Don't have the call go on too long.
Amen.
I should have ended it like he hung up. He was bored. He was bored.